can tell him that I'm coming. And you can tell him that I'm coming.
What's good, YouTube? Real Talk Boxing. We in the house. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to all the subscribers. Your boy reached 1,000 sometime today, and I praise God, for it. I said before I wasn't on here to get subscribers. I just wanted to speak my mind and give my opinion. And lo and behold, we had a little over 1,000. So I'm cool with that. A lot of people look at that and turn their nose up at it, but I'm proud, man. I'm a small country boy from Texas. So Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is a unified heavyweight champion who is very much underappreciated, in my opinion. Anthony Joshua is a guy that I have followed for about 3 years, I want to say, give or take a little bit. I didn't know much about Anthony, and when I first saw him, the first fight I seen him fight, I don't even remember the guy he was fighting, but he got him out of. He's a bald-head black guy. He got him out of there in the second round knockout. And I was like, okay, let's just see how he develops and see how his arsenal progresses throughout the years. And obviously it progressed very, very well. He doesn't have the most outstanding resume, but he has fought some really good fighters, more so than I can say for some other heavyweights. I remember when he won the IBF heavyweight championship against Charles Martin, whoever he is. It was easy work for him. I don't even know how or who Charles Martin beat for their belt, but he got it and defended it once and lost it. But what really stuck in my mind about that fight, it wasn't the one-sided beatdown. It was the post-fight interview in the ring. How humble and how poised Anthony Joshua was, man. How humble he was. How well-spoken he is. I shouldn't say was, is. He's a gentleman. That, to me, goes a long way, because there's not many fighters out there who are humble like that. I knew then that this dude was something special. When I first seen him fight, I thought he was a little mechanical, a little stiff, but as time went on and more fights occurred, he got better and better. When Anthony Joshua stands, plants, and fires his shots and sits down on his shots, it's a scary sight. Dude's huge. Huge, man. I'm glad to see that he's went down on that muscle a little bit coming into the second Andy Ruiz fight. And that brings me to my next point. Here's why I say he's underappreciated. He took a loss to Andy Ruiz, okay? If you're not a true boxing fan, that would surprise you, because you look at Andy Ruiz and you're like, Andy Ruiz looks like me. He's a short, fat guy, but he is no joke. If you sleep on Andy, he'll put you to sleep. I knew about Andy before this fight, and when Big Baby Miller screwed his chance up and Andy stepped in for him, I was like, this is dangerous. I highly favored AJ to win, but it wasn't going to surprise me if there was going to be an upset. And guess what? There was. It happens. It's boxing. Not only that, it's heavyweight boxing. Andy won the fight. He got dropped. I even watched the fight. When Andy got dropped, I was like, okay, this is it. It's a wrap. But, when Andy's hurt, he's dangerous. He gets up and started hitting AJ on the ear, around the ear area, and just rung his bell. And AJ was big. He was a real big, solid dude that fight, full of muscle. Legs were like tree trunks. It was his first fight in the U.S. He had a lot of pressure on his shoulders, and but no excuses, because this is what brings me to my next point. He lost the fight. I was happy for Andy. I wasn't upset or shunning AJ for losing that fight. I was happy for Andy, man. He was the first Mexican heavyweight champion ever, if I'm not mistaken. And I was happy for the guy. Changed his life. And he's going to go down in history. But how AJ conducted himself after the fight in the ring, he's like, listen, I lost. No excuses. Andy was the better man. I got to go back to the drawing board, sharpen up my tools, come back and get the belt. And he was very poised, but inside I know he was just screaming. He was just probably crying inside because the dude, he don't want to lose. And I knew right then, this guy, he'll probably never lose again. You have to take him out or kill him before he loses again. He still stayed hungry. And this is a young man. He's a young guy. So he went back to the drawing board, went back to the camp, went back to the lab. He did his thing, come back, and still, he gets his belts back, and he still gets chastised. He still gets crap from people. Oh, you ran, you fought scared. No, he fought very strategically. He fought the way he should have fought in the first fight, and you would have never lost the belt. But he wanted to win, and win in big fashion. That was a big stage he was on that night. Both of them was on a big stage. This was his first U.S. fight, and this was a chance for, Andrew Ruiz to become the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world, if I'm not mistaken. So it was a lot on both of them's shoulders. But I thought he fought strategically. I thought he fought and he used his range. He used movement. He didn't take any stupid chances. Why fault AJ for that? Listen, I like AJ. I think he's a downright humble and beautiful fighter, man. I really do. And he's still developing, as we speak. Each fight he's getting better and better and better. Getting more experience, more experience. I knew he was the real deal when he fought and beat Dillian Whyte. Because Dillian Whyte, that's my dude, man. Dillian Whyte ain't no joke. You got to really, he's going out on his shield every time. He's not afraid to lose. He's going to do everything in his power to knock you out, or you're going to knock him out, one or the other. And when he beat Dillian Whyte, I was like, okay, this dude's the truth. Because a lot of people duck Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte hasn't got his just due, just of yet. And I'm hoping he does. I really want to see him fight. I really want to see him fight for a championship belt. Hopefully when, if Tyson, Fury, and AJ meet, he can get the winner of those two or whatever. Because we don't know what the rematch is going to be against Deontay and Fury. I mean, if Deontay doesn't take the step aside money, then we can go ahead and get AJ. But it doesn't look like Deontay wants to step aside money. It looks like he wants to jump back in there. I think it's a mistake. I think it's too soon. And I think he's going to get his butt kicked even worse this go around. But I may be wrong. This is heavyweight boxing, y'all. It don't take but one punch. But I'm putting my money on Fury. But for Anthony Joshua, I like the dude. And this particular video was asked of me by, I believe, Fred Bates. Fred Bates said, hey, man, you don't got any videos on Anthony Joshua. What's your take on him? So, Fred, this video's for you, bro. And I thank you for watching and subscribing also. I want to thank everybody for watching and subscribing. There's another guy or girl, I don't know. Maybe it's a dude, maybe it's a woman. There's another subscriber named Hotters7060. I believe it's a dude. But they have some very, very insightful comments. They always leave great comments and very insightful, and they speak the truth. So to Hotters7060, shout out to you. And to Fred Bates, shout out to you also. Man, I'm blessed, I'm alive, and I'm well. Respect all, Ferdinand. As always, God bless.